By good fortune, the manager of this whole place actually coming down here, so he's happy to come in. Just want to be here for a little while. The main problem they've got arises from, first of all, the high tides this time of day, which are coming in too high for the general public to be safe down here. Secondly, the access, which is between the stairs and the beach here. You can see you've just scrambled over a pile of clay that's come down mostly last October, but it's been moving a bit more recently.
Killing your battery, man.
And the other safe way around by the walkway. So this side of the walkway is all twisted and bent. A couple of days ago, a high tide shoved it right round, and then yesterday the tide washed it back into the position it's in now. So this whole area is not safe at the moment. And the sea's actually eroded a lot of this clay deposit out of the way over the last 2 days with the high tides intact. So that's the reason the beach being officially closed, is that the mudslide here and the high tides breaking apart the structure. So what you've got there is a walkway that's just sort of on stakes hammered into the beach. It's not designed to float with the tide or anything like that. And therefore the waters are just hitting it and breaking it. So what he says they're about to do is, in the next few days, they're going to start digging out this pile of clay to provide a safe access past the structure, and they're going to start work to actually rebuild this entire lower part of the chairlift with adequate defences from the sea and making the whole thing more secure, given the possibility of more material coming off the cliff in the way that it has been. So the issues here are quite clearly public safety in the context of a coastal environment where you've got tidal regimes to work with. You've got issues to do with design and maintenance of structures within that tidal zone, which is a high energy environment, and you've got soft geological materials being eroded by the sea at various times. Not all the time. Most tides don't make it up to the base of the cliffs, but the high tides that do remove material, undermine what is essentially soft between sands and clays. Various grades of sandy clays, clay sands form in a sequence, undermine the cliff, giving rise to cliff falls, some landslides that are developing a bit more extensively to give ongoing mudslide systems like the one you just walked across, and there's a bigger one a little bit further on, which may not get right down to sea, but it's similar to this one but on a bigger scale. So there's material falling into the source at the top, tracking down the slope and spilling out onto the beach. In terms of the beach, here you've got a shingle beach. Now that's brilliant for dissipating wave energy and protecting these cliffs from the sea. So in the most tidal condition, I would say, there isn't active erosion going on. What you will see, if you go to the water's edge, you will see and you can hear the shingle being moved around by the waves coming backwards and forwards. And that's a demonstration of sediment movement you can get along beach systems, along coastal systems. Okay? So just take a look at that, just watch sediment being moved, and then scale that up to an entire tens of miles of coastline. You see you can get significant transport of material. In terms of more general geological context, what we can talk about in a moment, just to navigate you, we're on the western corner of the Isle of Wight. There are the Needles, which is a famous landmark of the Isle of Wight. Over there in the distance you've got the white chalk cliffs of Swanage, and the Purbeck part of Dorset. Over there, that's probably Bournemouth. Can't see far enough around to see Southampton here.
Bournemouth. Bournemouth.
The weather system further east. We've got a nice day ahead. Good.
How is this place called?
Sorry?
How is this place called?
This is Alum Bay. A-L-U-M. Bay.
Alum Bay.
This is the western shore. This chalk ridge here behind us is the same as the chalk ridge you can see on the other side of the water over there. And it all was a continuous range of hills right across until the sea reached well, it may have been the most recent association, like 20,000 years ago. It might have been the previous one, 1.5 million years ago. But geologically recently, that ridge has been eroded away. Actually, it's older than that because there's another river system within that water formed during the low sea level periods of the glacial time. So it's a bit older than that. But the point is, it was a continuous ridge.
So here they actually have more stuff that they try to repair the coast side. Because they had down there fallen retaining walls, right?
Sorry, say again?
They had fallen retaining walls over there, like when we were getting down the stairs, right?
Yeah, in places.
So it wasn't really helpful, whatever they were trying to do.
Well, they're concerned, in terms of this site, the management concern is this structure and this beach. Because access to this beach is the main tourist attraction.
Yeah.
When you go a bit further along, you start to see some of the sands and sediments forming the cliffs. You'll see why. So they want to make sure that people get onto and along the beach, which is why they've got the chairlift in the first place, so that people come down without scramble down those steps. So that the main management concern here is to make sure this structure and this access is safe and secure, which is why they're about to rebuild this whole thing.
So they didn't do the right geological research when they started building that then?
Well, this is a small private concern. They haven't got millions to throw at investigation, and it's probably been here for some considerable period of time. And all they do is look at what they need for the immediate problem. I mean, it's an eroding environment, soft, clay and sand, but over the long term, once you get a feeling for the scale and rate of actual cliff fall events and landslide events, over the long term, events are small and relatively infrequent, except at certain high-risk times, like about now, and therefore, in general, it's entirely manageable just with what they're doing. That's the bottom line. What else can I say? I don't want to take too much of people.
What do you think about Steve Jobs' death?
What we do have here, in terms of geology, Steve's going to say more about that. Essentially, all sedimentary rock. And you know, sedimentary rocks start off by being deposited horizontally. So you might want to think about how and why that is so.
Everything, no way.
Could you make sure presentation day, something like that, about 100 million years ago to 60 million years ago. That is where all the reef first there. It's not been laid down on the top of the shore.
There's no way here, I reckon.
And then it's been before by more system movements, largely relating to the movement of North Africa pushing up into Europe and the stresses
But don't push me.
through the earth across the system. Okay, looks like it's about finished. So if you guys want to go over there, and hopefully they will